Robo las miradas siempre al pasar, quemando llantitas por el boulevard. Recuerdo en Nogales lo que nos pasó.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to keep it short and simple. Just pretty much wanted to show you guys what I picked up at the junkyard. Ever since I bought my truck, I've been wanting to do this upgrade, but it seems like everywhere I look, people just want an arm and a leg for this part. I looked on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, you name it. And it just seems like people are just, overpricing their stuff. So, just waiting for the right one. So a good thing I did though, because I just got back from the junkyard. And originally I was just going to look for the clear plates for the rear doors, since we're doing the rear courtesy lights. And, I seen a GMC Denali there. And I was like, okay, well, it's probably been here a while. Inside's probably already stripped out. So once I get to it, everything's intact. So we went ahead and bought it. It was like 37 bucks out the door, which isn't bad because people around my area were asking anywhere from 150 to 250. So I think we scored pretty good. And let me show you guys what we got. All right, guys. So it's nothing crazy. I know you guys are probably disappointed. Probably thought it was something better, but this is what I've been looking for a while now. It is complete. I've just been taking it apart because I'm deep cleaning it. As you can see, it's pretty filthy. A whole bunch of dog hairs and stuff like that. So I just prefer this center console rather than the jump seat I have right now. Take you guys inside. So right now I just have that, which it's always good to have an extra seat if needed, but in reality I don't think anybody ever uses that, especially in the crew cab or an extended cab. I think maybe the ones that get used a lot are probably in the single cabs, but all right, so this is the other stuff you're going to be needing along with the center console. Depending on what your truck you have, you're going to need different things. So for 99 through 02, this is what you're going to need here along with center console. You got the bottom trim that goes underneath the steering wheel. You got your glove box with the frame, and then you got that plastic trim that goes bolted onto your dash, and then your center console bolts up to that. So for 03 to 07 classic body style, all you pretty much need is that piece right there that bolts up to your dash and this glove box. And not even the glove box, it's just the frame, the outer piece right here. But the reason I got all this stuff is because my interior is a darker gray, and if I were to just get the frame, it wasn't going to match up with my interior. So I just figured I'd do a two-tone, I guess. Top is going to be a darker gray, bottom is going to be a lighter gray, which is this. I know a lot of people like to hack it up, and just make it work with the center console itself. I'm just not a big fan of hacking up the truck, so might as well do it right. So all right, so here's the rest of the stuff I already took off. It is pretty filthy. I wasn't lying to you guys. I don't know, man. It just looks like they never cleaned it, or maybe it just sat for a long time. Who knows? But I already have most of this off. Just gonna get ready to clean it. And excuse the background, guys. I know sometimes when I make videos, the background's always a mess. I'm a hoarder. I like to collect things because I'm one of those guys that you just never know if you might need it later on. But anyways, I'm gonna take off the last pieces and get started, and then we'll go from there. All right, so for the first step inside the truck is going to be getting rid of the seats right here. Well, not getting rid of them, but taking them off. So up front you got two 15mm nuts. Out back you got two 11mm. So the reason we got to remove the front seats is because the center console here, or this jump seat, is kind of sandwiched between the seats, the rails of the seats, and on the cab. So the only way to get it off is removing the seat. So let me do that first, and then I'll show you guys what we're going to be doing over here. All right, so first step, after we get the seats out, you want to remove this trim, dash trim. So for that, you do have to bring your shift lever down, pull back on it, All right, so once you get that top dash trim off, you're gonna want to remove this bottom piece underneath the steering wheel. I believe it's a knee bolster or something like that. So you got 1, 2 7mm bolts, and the rest are just clips. So just pull back on it. You want to do it carefully. You don't want to break them. And then with this piece over here, we got a couple of 7mm bolts. Once I get mine off, I'll probably show you where they're at. So, all right. So for this whole assembly here, it's all one piece. You got a bolt somewhere down here underneath this center piece, right underneath the cigarette lighter, kind of. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You got 10 screws you got to remove, and once you do, this whole thing should come off. So let's give it a try. All right, so once you got your screws off, you're just gonna want to pull back on it. Something like that. I'm gonna unplug everything here. All right, guys, so first step is installing this bracket here. So for 03 to 07, you already got the holes pre-drilled from factory. 99 through 02 only has this hole drilled out, I think. So you do need to drill another hole if you have 99 through 02. So anyways, you know, these right here, go in those holes, lines it up. So you got 4 bolts holding on this trim here. I'll show you here in a minute. All right, so you got 1, 2, then under here you got 3, 4. You got 4 bolts holding it on, and they're all 7mm, if you guys remember. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten those down, and then we'll get started on the other pieces. Next, we can go ahead and install our glove box and our knee bolster. It's the piece that goes underneath the steering wheel. I'm not really used to calling it that, but you know, I guess that's the name it has. So anyways, you can put that on. So for my wires here, I'm looking them over. You got your cigarette lighter, and then you got the 12-volt accessory, which is this one. So I'm thinking we're probably gonna run them through here. It already has a cutout, because if we leave them down here, I don't know if they'll be long enough. And if we run them through up top, we got more wiggle room with them. So I think that's where I'm gonna run them. So let's get started. All right, once you guys got the center console in, you want to make sure it's like this, the way mine sits right now. So the way this center console goes bolted down is it kind of sandwiches between the cab and the seat rail. Once you put your nut and your bolt back here, it kind of just pushes it against each other, the cab and the seat rail. So you want to make sure it's on like that. So now, right here we got 1, 2. The 10mm. So make sure wherever you guys buy your center console from, make sure you bring all the hardware with it, because you will need it. It will come handy. So let's do that. All right. So once you got the seats, I already got them bolted down. Center console in its place. So we got this 12-volt accessory down there. It's a plug. Pretty much you can hook up, you know, whatever you want, chargers, anything. So I'm just gonna go over how I wired it. Pretty simple, straightforward. Right, so all I did to get power to that rear accessory outlet was I spliced the wires into the plug that was back there. With this 14 gauge wire, you got your positive, your negative, and I brought them all the way up here to the other accessory plug, and I just T-tapped into them. So orange is going to be your positive, and then the black one's obviously going to be your negative, or your ground. I keep on saying negative, but yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I T-tapped into them, and you do want to watch out. It's going to be the black plug, not the white one. I actually switched these around. This one is a cigarette lighter. Usually it's over here, and the accessory plug is usually on this side, but I kind of switched them around. But just wanted to show you guys. So, you know, it's going to be yellow. I'm going to call it yellow and yellow, then brown and black. So don't get them mixed up. Either way, you can't plug them in the wrong one because it only goes in a certain plug. So it's not like you get them. It's not like you can get them wrong. But just wanted to show you guys which one I plugged into. So it's going to be the black one. That's where you get your power from. Alright guys, so once you're done, it should look something like this. Definitely cleans it up a little bit. I mean, I like it more in my opinion anyways. Better than the jump seat. Ever since I've had this truck, I don't think I've ever had to use the jump seat, really. So, this just, you know, in my opinion, this is better. But, you know, again, that's my opinion. And you can see there, the gray, both of the grays, you know, obviously the dash top is original. The bottom is what we put on. And it does kind of match. But, you know, it don't bother me that much because I know later on when we do the interior, we're going to get it all wrapped. So it don't even matter what color it is, really. It's just for now. So, alright, so this is the driver's side. I wanted to show you this side. So you can see it doesn't look too bad. Although now that I'm looking at it, probably would have been better to get this piece as well. The fuse box cover. But, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, we're going to do the interior later on down the road. So, it shouldn't matter what color it is because it's going to get wrapped at the end of the day. So, but yeah, that's what it looks like, guys. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Catch you guys on the next one.
Robo las miradas siempre al pasar, quemando llantitas por el bulevar. Recuerdo en Nogales lo que nos pasó.